Hey, this is for all the doers out there. My name is Heather Christie, and this is the Evolve to Win show. And I'm dedicating this episode to the doers. So if you are a self-proclaimed doer, super doer, you always get it done and you get it done quickly, then this one's for you. I just got off the phone with a client who is one of those self-proclaimed doers. And she says, I know exactly what I need to do to get to the next level. See, she's just been promoted to VP recently. And she recognizes that the reason for the promotion in large part is because people can rely on her to get things done, get them done quickly. But what she's recognized since she's gotten into this role is there's so much to do, and she really needs to step up and lead and encourage, inspire, and empower others to get everything done. So the formula that worked for her in the past is not the same formula that's working right now, but the tendency for her comfort zone is to just put her head down and to get it done and to get it done quickly. And by the way, she finds herself often frustrated with other team members because they're just not having the sense of urgency that she has. So if you can relate to any of this, it made me think of a quick story that I just relate to this scenario in a completely different way. And that's this. I recently changed my tennis grip. So those of you out there who play tennis or maybe golfers, if you've ever gone to a pro and they've asked you to switch something in your grip or your swing, something that you've been doing for a long time that's gotten you to the level of play that you are, but they know that that grip or that swing is not going to get you to that next level, you're forced to change. So I had to get rid of my continental grip and go to a Western grip, and it's driving me crazy and it feels so unnatural. And I cannot help it but change my grip back. I see, like physically, I find myself doing this. And it's no different from the behaviors that we naturally have at work. So if I am a doer, which I happen to be, and I try to intentionally adapt that behavior and work really hard at delegating things out and inspiring and empowering other people to take things on and even letting them fail, by the way, without jumping in and rescuing them and taking the project back and doing it myself, it's uncomfortable. It's like changing my grip, and I want to just go and rescue and fix and problem solve and do. But it's the worst thing that you can do if you're in that scenario. And I want you to really understand this. I want you to think about, what is the impact? What is the impact when you've handed off a project and it has come back to you and it's not done the way it needs to get done? If you pick it up and fix it, change it, or even tell someone else how to fix it and change it, instead of really empowering them to understand what needs to be done, what's the impact? Well, the impact is you're going to keep getting what you're getting, right? Because you're training them that you will always be there to either fix it or to do it. So it's interesting. In this last conversation with my client, she said that she had a coworker who she asked to do something, and he comes back and kind of hands the project back to her. And she said, no, this is a project that you need to do. And I said, well, how, what's the chance that he brought that back to you because he's so used to you taking it back and doing it anyway? And she said, yeah, that's exactly why he did it. So if this is you, I just have a couple of thoughts for you. Number one is when you really recognize the why behind the need to change behaviors, right? The need to delegate and empower others. Part of understanding that why is by really looking at the impact of what happens if you don't change your natural behavior, okay? So get really clear and get really committed. Make a decision right now about what you're going to delegate. Make a decision right now about what you need to do to empower others, inspire others to get more engaged and take action, okay? The second thing that I would say, how do you keep consistent once you've made this adaptation? Because the tendency is you want to just do it yourself and get it done because you know you'll get it done right. I want you to also consider that for every single time you allow somebody else to take it on and even allow somebody else to fail, what you've done is you've essentially empowered them for their growth, and they're going to have the capacity to take on more, which frees you up, by the way, to do the things that are most important for you. So you still get to be that doer, but you get to focus on the things that are higher level, more important, and quite honestly, are going to continue to help you build and grow. So you've got to find the why behind making this adaptation, because that adaptation is hard. So if you're the kind of person too who wants to win, most doers want to win, they have a competitive nature, just tap into that competitiveness and know that winning the game is not, the game's not played the same way as it was before, right? When you get to that new level, there's a new way of playing. They've changed the rules for how you win. And the way that you win is by spreading the wealth, empowering others, getting them to do, and also understanding that you're working with people with different styles from you, right? So you may not be working with some other super doers. You might be working with some who are really analytical, or some who are super like people. Well, they're motivated differently. They're not necessarily motivated by go get this done and here's your deadline. They're actually demotivated by that a lot of times. So make sure you know your audience. That's going to help you to delegate and get the best out of others. But just remember, it starts with your commitment. It starts with really understanding why you would consider adapting the behavior that's gotten you to the level of success where you are right now. The game changes, the rules changes, your grip changes, and it can be frustrating. But if you stick with it, you get better at the game. So hope it was helpful. If you know somebody who needs to hear this, please share it. Have an awesome day.